Hey guys, Savage Warrior here, bringing you some Boom Beach, and today I wanted to show you how pure offensive players manage to save up and earn enough resources or gold to be able to do those really expensive upgrades like landing crafts, weapon labs, scorchers, those kind of things. And right now I don't have even enough gold to fill up my boats, or even barely to be able to go on my map to do a non-player base. What happened is earlier I cleared my map and saved enough gold and made 4 million to do my first upgrade on grenaders. I have no intention of upgrading the grenaders, but my real target is I want to do 6.5 million gold, and there's no way I'm going to spend more than 2,000 diamonds on upgrading a scorcher to level 4 when I'm probably only going to use it in operation like once or twice a month. So anyway, I want that baby upgrade, but I don't want to spend diamonds, so what do I do here? With only 4 boats of warriors, let's go ahead and go to a NPC base and see what we can do and be able to take out this with minimum losses, hopefully no losses whatsoever. Fortunately, we got an easy base thud, just taking a barrage and taking it to those flamethrowers right in the front there so we can minimize the amount of shocks required. Also right here we have a bunch of these boom mines, and let's go ahead and take those out with some critters because it's going to be more costly with artillery or with barrage. With only 4 boats of warriors, again we have to be very careful and smoking in advance and going ahead and flaring, so that way that boom cannon isn't going to take care of or take out one of my guys. And then go ahead and flare up to the boom cannon, and hopefully we can sneak up there. Oops, we just got hit by one. So we made it up there with 1 casualty, and we can go ahead and go directly to the HQ and smoke around that. You generally want to throw your critters away from mines because you want them to survive as long as possible, and that's the whole idea. So throw 2 set of critters over there to avoid those mines, and shock around the shock launcher as well as down below where that boom mine took out my one warrior. But this is a really good example to focus on, because this is why being able to take out these NPC bases without any losses is so critical to this game, particularly when you're trying to save up gold and resources to get to your next upgrade. So 74 gold we got out of that. That's going to be enough to be able to fill up 2 boats of warriors. So we'll have a total of 6 warrior boats with minus that 1 warrior that we lost on that NPC. But let's go ahead and get out of this and go to a player base. We're not going to be able to take out a very strong ice base with this, but if we search around and look for something that maybe like a base where it's in the middle of the map, not the one in the back, but maybe one in the middle of the map, we should be able to take it out if it has enough gold for us to have a return. See, I wish that the gold was a little bit higher than 182, because I know that we're going to take a little bit of damage, so we have to focus on trying to get a net positive, because my goal right now is to fill up all my boats of warriors, and that way I'll be able to start clearing my map and then start growing my gold to be able to get that upgrade on the scorchers. So flaring to the ground right there is going to allow my warriors to be able to run right in between that channel of all those structures right there. But you gotta flank off to the left, because you have to double flare to the HQ once your warriors get up there, or else all hell's gonna break loose. Throwing down a med kit. Now all I need is 44 gunboat energy to throw down 1 critter and 3 shocks, and I should have remaining gunboat energy maybe to throw an extra artillery right in the middle of it, and we should be able to take this down and survive enough to be able to fill up our boats right here. With 200 gold, we should be able to fill up our boats, and let's first clean up our map with all of the coins and stuff we can get from our residence home. And let's go ahead and load up these for 176,000. It's going to take us back to down to a deficit of 56. So now that the boats are filled, we had some extra gold coming in again from the residents. I'm just speeding ahead a little bit, but we still don't even have 100,000. So we're going to go out to our map again and see if we can mine or farm some more gold. This guy right here has almost 250, so it's a good payload. And now that we have a full boat of warriors, we should be able to take out this base if we do it carefully enough. He has a shock launcher, interesting enough, off to the right. that is an awesome place for me. I don't think it's necessarily a good place for him, but we're going to flare right there to the ground, right there to the corner up there, and try to see if we can sneak up to this channel right here. What I want to illustrate here is whenever you do this, you're going to have to flare to the HQ again. When you do that, your guys are going to veer off to the other location. So actually pay attention here, right here. I'm going to flare a little bit off there. I could have done it a little bit better, but just as a safety precaution, we kind of gotta have to get up there. And if you do that, I've only lost 2 warriors, and now they're healing. And with 53 gunboat energy, we should be able to easily take this down with 2 set of critters and 2 shocks. We're gonna hit right there over top of that shock launcher. Over 3, we're gonna hitting 3 flamethrowers as well. Hitting with a med kit as well. We can take this down with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses. So we are going to be able to add 250,000 gold to our coffers and inching our way a little bit to that Scorcher. When you're building up your gold, guys, it's really hard in the very beginning, as I'm already showing you. Now I only have 300,000 gold. I got a lot more gold that I have to get in order to get those Scorchers. But once you start doing this, you should be okay. What we're banking on right now is those grenaders that are cooking in the armory for 4 million gold and a $2 million or 2 million gold return, as well as the VP and the OP boats, coupled with, you know, clearing the map, and as well as Dr. Tear. So with that, I'm thinking that I should be able to accumulate a total of 6.5 without having to use diamonds, and that's the plan. With this base right here, it's pretty straightforward. Again, whenever they have a middle base like this, it's really easy. I got up there with only 1 loss and getting around with 42 gunboat energy, throwing those critters and shocking the critters around there. The only thing I have to contend with is that shock blaster up above, and I could be able to get out of there without a lot of casualties at all. And going ahead and just jumping into another attack that I did right after this, Luke, it looks like this one right here, he has a lot of mines lined up. It looks like an anti-warrior base. Unfortunately, he has right there in that corner. I said before, you have to be careful, because really your warriors are going to be hit on only 2 sides, which is kind of clever, but yet it's not at the same time, because the shocks that I have, even if his flamethrower wasn't in construction, I only need 2 shocks to be able to completely cover it. If I throw critters and shock the critters, those critters are going to land and last for a long time to be able to absorb any of the shock launchers attempt to be able to freeze my guys. So when you have a flamethrower and a shock blaster right there on the beach, you got to be careful, because it's a really deadly combo. That flamethrower is really going to scorch your guys, but trying to get up here to the HQ in 7 smokes having enough for a heal is going to give you 40 gunboat energy to be able to do that. Anyway, I wanted to mention to you guys also as well, another strategy you can do once you clear your map and you don't have enough gold to be able to get that that huge upgrade. Instead of having warriors loaded up, they're kind of cheap, so loading up tanks, which is the maximum, most expensive troops you can have, it's really smart, because it actually takes away the gold that you would have available for other guys when they attack you to take it away. So by doing that, because it's gonna take you a couple days to wait around for the VP or the OP boat to show up. On this map right here, this is the last one I'm going to actually show you. It's a little bit tricky because they have that shock blaster right there. And instead of doing the one on the side, I'm going ahead and shock the shock blaster right there. I tried to get the rocket launcher, but I couldn't. Trying to squeeze my way in between those 2 boom mines. That's going to save about 2 warriors. I'm going to be right here and then smoke up here carefully up to the HQ. Going to anchor around that house just because it's kind of in the place where I can throw another smoke to offset the previous one, and she'd be able to flare and smoke in 2 more and get up there around the HQ. So once we get up there, I do have a shock blast or shock launcher right behind the HQ. I'm going to have to be a little cautious around that, but I managed to get up there with only one loss, which is great, and 50 gunboat energy as well. Throwing a couple critters way off to the left right there is going to distract and throw the shock right there. I throw it right on the corner there and allow some of my warriors to get shocked because, you know, the risk and reward behind that is really good. You know, I know my style of play may not be for everybody. I'm a very aggressive player, very offensive, and all my statues indicate that. You have to play a lot. Actually, you need to be able to clear your map a couple times a day. And, you know, for those people out there that have ice statues and play a little bit more passively, I give them props, and that's a really cool way. But I'm just going to show this for those people that are purely offensive and have a little bit more time to get on to clear maps and enjoy playing this all the time. Playing offensively is a really great way to be able to create resources, and in my opinion, a lot easier and faster than the defensive way. Here, I skipped ahead, but you know, I had collected and cleared my map the next day, and I got almost over 4 million gold, but I had lost like almost 2 million of it just here that I'm showing you on the attacks right here. But I have 2.6 million gold. I have 2 in the bank, and here comes my VP. I have 1.7 million gold right there. That's going to increase my thing to over 4 million gold. Now, checking out my OP boat, I have 1.5 million gold on that, and that is going to take me way over once I go up to the armory right here. And now I'm going to collect my bank. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel out the grenaders that I had banked up. So going up here, stop upgrade, you push stop, and there you go, boom, you get 2 million back. Now I have almost 8 million gold, and now I can upgrade the very expensive Scorcher right there, and boys, that's how you do it. Anyway, this is again a very offensive strategy. It works really great. You have to be very active. There are more videos coming. I've been a little bit busy these days, but please share and enjoy these videos. Thanks. Bye.